Hello, this is going to be a really quick tutorial on how to remove and replace a corner on a 4x4. So let's say that your damaged corner is this one right over here. The first thing we're going to need to do is loosen up the sides that are surrounding that corner. So for example, if this is the one that we're working with, we're going to go and loosen up the top, the front, and the right side of the puzzle. Now we don't want to loosen up too much that the cube falls apart, just enough that it allows a little bit more play around the corner so we can start taking out a little bit of taking out a few of the pieces. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the top. Again, we don't want to loosen it up too much that it just falls apart, just enough that it's a little bit more loose. So compare this to about here. You see how that's tighter? That's definitely a lot looser. We're just going to do that again on the corner, on the sides that are surrounding this corner. So now that we have loosened up the sides, we can get a little bit of play around that corner so we can remove that quite easily. So the first thing we're going to have to do is go ahead and remove a few of these pieces around the corner. To do that, we're just going to go ahead and just turn the top slightly here. We're going to stick our thumb underneath. Let's say we're removing this edge. Underneath that edge, we're going to push slightly to the right, and we're just going to lift it out like that. So this is where we're taking out or loosening up the sides helps, because we're just loosening it up so we can remove a few of these pieces around the corner. We're going to go ahead and repeat that for this edge right here. Again, we're going to turn it slightly. We're going to go ahead and stick our thumb underneath, like so. We're going to go ahead and pull it slightly to the left and up, and it'll remove it. One more. We're going to remove the one that's underneath this corner. So turn slightly, thumb underneath. We're going to go ahead and lift up while pulling slightly to the right and up. And we're going to take that out. And then this will completely free this corner now. So what we can do is we can remove these three centers as well, but you should be able to just remove one of them, and then the corner will just pop out with it. All right, so now that we've removed it, we can go ahead and replace that corner. Let's say it was damaged. You got your replacement part. Now we're going to put it back in. So the process is a little bit similar, but first we're going to go ahead and put the one of the edges back in. So I'm going to put this edge back into the puzzle like this. And what this will do is add a little bit of support for when we put the corner back in. So we're going to take our corner. We're going to make sure that it's put in the same way we take it out. So in this case, we want to make sure that the cube is solvable and we don't have to twist it later. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the same way I took it out. And we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to take this, put it through that small gap. It's just going to rest in there, no problem. Next up, we're going to go ahead and put in another one of those edges. I'm going to go ahead and put the one that goes here. So to put it in, it's the same way as we took it out. We're going to turn it slightly, but in this case, we're now going to go ahead and see that corner is flopping a little bit. That's actually to our advantage because it allows a little bit more play. So we're going to go ahead and put this like little hook piece around that white edge internal parts, like so. And then it should just kind of snap into place. Next up, we're going to put in that one center. So again, we're just going to go ahead and kind of, because we loosened up the cube a little bit, there should be a little bit more play. We're just going to push it slightly, stuff it underneath that gap right here, push it into place, and then it's just going to stay there. And then we're going to do our last one again to put it in. We're going to turn slightly. We're going to spread this apart a little bit. We're going to push that underneath that white edge, and then we're just going to go ahead and slide that back in. And that's how you would replace it. Then you would just tighten up the three sides that we loosened previously. And that's how you would replace a corner on a 4x4.